Welcome back to Max Morning, where your well-being is our passion. And when it's everything about your well-being, you know this is the spot which brings you ultimately everything that you need to know about your well-being. Lady Rev is in the studio. Oh, yeah. Hey, and none of it easy. The joy, the dancing, the whole new
style.
look.
It's a mood. It's a mood.
It's a mood. What kind of mood?
It's a mood. It's Women's Day mood.
Oh, I like that.
It's a season for women.
Hey. Okay, come to me share short
sister. Stay where you are.
you know how hey, you be wild though.
Yes.
The way you switch the whole thing.
Of course.
After I was going where we were.
Yes, and I brought it to where I'm supposed to be.
And after we were going where we were, you brought it back.
I brought it where we are supposed to be.
And where we are supposed to be is about what?
It's about looking beyond.
You're looking beyond.
So today we are looking at loving beyond the outside. You know, loving beyond what everybody knows. Because at the end of the day, everybody can be a banker, everybody can be a prophet, everybody can be a pastor, everybody can be a prayer warrior, everybody can be a counselor, everybody can be a university graduate. But is that it? Is that what we are going to live the rest of our life with? If you don't go beyond that one, you'll be in trouble.
Rewind it. Everybody can be a pastor.
Everybody can be a pastor.
Everybody can be a teacher.
Can be a teacher.
Everybody can be a footballer.
Can be a footballer. Everybody can be a TV personality. Everybody can be rich. Everybody can be tongue speaking for hours. Everybody could be six-pack. Not six-pack, they say gym. Everybody now hips could be arranged, figures
arranged and fixed.
Could be fixed. If you don't even like your skin and you want to be fair by tomorrow, it's doable. Everybody can be all of that.
But beyond that.
Beyond that. So you fall in love beyond what everybody can see. Wow.
That's a deep
Does
one.
that not become very cumbersome? Because you will have to really interact with people, because if you are even boyfriend, girlfriend, there are lots of things that you really hide, because you don't see the person every day, every time. And so you can always hide a bit of yourself. So how do we now fish beyond the beautiful lady, Lady Rev, her hair? How do I now fish into what you are beyond?
So let me start by saying that I am not one of the people who will say that it is easy for you to have a content in a container you don't like. The container plays a role.
Plays a role.
It acts up as the attraction point. And it is also very difficult when the container is what you have, but the content is not something you like. It is very difficult. And so I am not going to write off people who say, for me, dear, I have to marry a policeman. That is her heart's desire. For me, dear, my wife has to have hips. That is what he wants. Because when we get to some section of life, we don't need obedience. We need hips to solve that situation at that side.
That is if the person loves the hips.
That is the person loves the hips. When we get to some section, it is not cooking skills. It is slim
the boobs
things,
that the person likes, or the slim.
They all play a role.
Okay.
So I am not going to rubbish people's, desire and make you feel you are being a nuisance if that is what you want.
Yeah.
But we are saying that it plays just a role. It plays a role. There's a totality, and the totality is for you to go beyond just the physique. If not, the content and the container would always be at war with you.
So therefore, what is love beyond?
Love beyond is when we can say that if I take the persona, the personality out, do I still like the person? If you should see my weakness, would you still like me? If you should see my downside, would you still like me? If my beast should come out today, would you still like me, the beast, and tomorrow still respect me as Lady Rev? So that we don't have to end up pretending to be things that we are not. To love beyond is to not put a lot of expectation on the partner. Because we wake up and when we start courting, we start saying, as for me, my woman is supposed to be like this, my man is supposed to be like this. The man might have not been that person, but because you continually drum that kind of being, they pretend to be like that for you for the season.
I don't know why it's important in the beginning to fish for what your heart desires.
It is important.
Because if you like a short man, why go take a tall man and you're always complaining? So at least when you enter into the shop or you go and you know, it's all displayed, you know that I don't like this tin tomatoes, but I like that tin tomatoes. Is that not where the, you know, the issue of what I like comes in? When I go pick
the physical likes is good, but let's look for the inner like, because in the journey of life, the physical likes and the things
fade.
that are it will fade. It will. In short, there will be a renewal. Once upon a time, iPhone 12 was the ish. Now there's iPhone 12 Pro. But there could be some what was it? Some qualities in that iPhone 12, but that the Pro would not have. And that is what really you need to do what you are doing. And so we ought to move beyond. Let's start by communicating. Let's start by getting into relationship and being real. Our problem is that we pretend and hope to fish for realness. It doesn't work. Be who you are. Be real.
We pretend
to
and
fish,
hope
to hope,
fish
yes, to
for
reality.
realness.
No, you don't get it. You are pretending. The law of magnets doesn't work like that. You are being fake, so you are going to attract fake for real. If you are real, you attract the realness. So our first step is to be real with ourselves. Really, what are the things that you can really deal with? And what are the things that you can't really deal with? You can be the tall, dark, six-pack guy that I like, but I can't deal with a man who cannot zip up even for a season.
When the needs matters.
Yes. I mean, I can't deal with a man who can't, who is not concerned about welfare, who thinks everything is money.
What are the small things you can do to pick that up? Because if the man can't zip up, if, you know, he's not faithful with money, if, you know, all the things that you really detest is in this man, how do you fish it out? Because while you are courting, like I said again, there is that whole, yes, you talk about pretense, but it should be a young fire, real nina, eh? Na, yeah, Casandra,
being real doesn't mean say put all the cards on the table. Oh,
okay.
Two different things.
Let's make it a he she.
Yes, a he she. Being real as a man doesn't mean say you are putting all the cards with the kings and queens on the table.
So that is where we're going to miss the real you.
Your real you is not in. It's not always, it doesn't mean that all the cards has to be on the table. You know, time to release cards. Hold on. When I give you a preface, like for instance, when you read an introduction of a book, you know what you are getting into. Some books might be dicey. The chapter 1 and chapter 2, it's a bit of a twist to a conclusion. But by the time you would get to chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, you'd have seen the twist line of the writer. So you don't assume the conclusion. What are the very, very high note things you can deal with? What are the very little things that you can't deal with? And in the process of time, if you are real to yourself and real to the person, I am saying that cards are slow to take because what husband cards are not boyfriend cards. The moment they become a husband, there's some kind of authority, you know, there's a stamp of authority they have at that point.
At the time, no, your boyfriend, no, onyanche was our part, no.
That one, it is because he's now legally in that position. And so those things shouldn't surprise us. Do you understand? It shouldn't surprise you. When he was a boyfriend, we would probably always have equal authority by different roles, right? But for the fact that he has taken a step to say that among my 99 girlfriends, all the rest of the 98 are going to be side chick, and you are going to be madam. There's going to be some extra move, extra protection, extra respect he demands from you. You know, extra. He's gone the mile with you. So as a wife,
extra heights.
When they were girlfriends, anything you say, they'll say, it's okay. But sister, when we become wife, it is not okay. Because now we are no more in the boyfriend-girlfriend lane again. We are in another
terrain.
Does that not confuse the human You know, like there are things that a friend is saying. I can't say antibodies, body, then it shakes you because that has not been the route for the past 5 years that you and I have been caught in. You understand? Is that not where now conflict begin? Because I've never known you to be like that. Now all of a sudden you assume the man, like you said, legally you are now my husband. So now when I say shut up, and I'm like, you never told me shut up before.
So the real you, is defined by the chapters of our future.
Yes, it's defined by the chapter. At least you've gotten the preface. Cassie, let's not kid ourselves. If I have $1,000, my attitude is different. If I have $1 million,
it's true.
My attitude is different.
Yes.
Why then do we want to put a zip line on a human being and say that the person has showed me all the person is whilst we are dating? No.
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 No. I read something, somebody sent me something and said, when I was young, I was clever and I wanted to change the world. When I grew, I'm wise. I want to change myself. There's still change, but to what? So the real thing about the person is the change is there, but what is to change? That is, the reality is around the change.
But it's real what you're saying, because when I was young, I wanted to change the world. But right now, I want to change me or save me.
From the world.
From the world.
Because you can't change the world. And so your relationship let me, I don't want to use this word. I think that we should get to a point where we learn to give room for surprises.
Thank you.
That is where we go. I wasn't prepared for this.
Yeah.
I didn't bargain for this.
Yes, because...
So we create room full of...
Yes, for surprises.
Not just one room. Or we have rooms.
The same Abenquine method you do every day. Do you know some days it goes bad?
Oh, yes.
Does it mean you don't know how to cook?
The taste doesn't...
You haven't changed anything. But it went bad that day. You haven't changed anything. All the ingredients are the same. But some ingredients, maybe you quickly put one, you couldn't wait the next minute. And then, something along the way. Does it mean that you are a bad cook?
No.
Basically, is that you know your ingredient for your Abenquine. So in between the changes that come, you can still stand it. But if you don't know the basic, I am the nicest person you can be with. But when I lose my temper, you clap for me. Basic me. So whoever is in my life understands that when the other side is coming, let's. And it has been like that.
Let's just say, for argument's sake, you meet Kwesi. Kwesi is very, the way he is.
Yeah,
very gentle, sweet. He never did anything to bring that,
other side.
So there's Lady Rev and there's Rev. Okay, let me, okay. The Rev, let's make the Rev the soft part and let's make the lady the hard
one.
So he's never seen the lady side, And, you go into marriage. Then the next thing, something, happens. Because now in marriage, you lose your guard a little bit. He also forgets something.
Yeah, we lose
then
it comes.
All of a sudden, there is a jata in his house. Right. Is that not like a real... Now, those kind of surprises, sometimes, it never goes away. Because you still think, did she do that? Did he do that?
Then I think that, you see, that's why I'm saying we should be real. If you're so real in a relationship... some of these things will come, but they'll come in baby form.
In a light.
There are people.
Do you understand? It will come in a baby form. It will come in me hanging up on you. It will come in me telling you gently walk out of my house.
Yeah.
In a style. Alex is confused. Walk out of my house. Shut the car and move.
Yeah, there are people who are at a point in their life where nothing surprises them because they've made up their mind that, listen, I'm going to leave room for surprises, and that is how they live their life. Is this how we should all live our lives?
If we can all grow to that point where we can actually expand our thinking, it would help. Don't put a pin and say that, oh, this person is like this, and this person could never change, and this person, this person is like that. I was telling somebody 10 years ago, there's a young man whose mother said that I was too secular, so it wasn't good for the son, and so they went for a church girl. I wasn't bothered anyway.
But, yeah.
10 years into the future, he has gone 5 years into the marriage, divorce. I actually cancelled him when he divorced, and then back again, trying to get married, you know, and I had to meet his mother again. And the mother couldn't make me out. And so the boy had to say, that was the lady 10 years ago. And she was shocked. So I told her that, you see, pinning people at a point that they are never going to change. This is the full package. We don't even know ourselves in full.
That is it.
We don't know. We are becoming. We are evolving every day. The Casandra we know 3 years ago, it's not the Casandra today. Might have the same look, the same hairstyle, but along the line, you have learned to probably guard your heart in a certain way. You've learned not to speak too much. You've learned something might have, you know
the way I used to be quick, now I even dance and do like this.
Exactly. You know, you have learned to. And you found it within yourself.
Yes,
as you grow.
As I grow.
You've learned that, we are not pleasing anybody. You've got to understand.
So if you were my partner by now, you'd be like, oh, what's going on?
Nothing is going on. We are evolving. But Casandra is Casandra. It's just the evolvement. It's just the change. It's just the growth. It's just the versions that are coming. Still in the container that you admired.
Would we not be entertaining or accepting a lot of abuse if we are to live lot of rooms, like Kwesi said, for surprises? You keep doing it, and I'm the one who's decided to be mature about it. And I keep taking it. Now, remember that, like, you are a more psychological person. You understand what I'm talking about. As humans, there's this much we can take. I'm taking it. You are doing your chi-chi-chi-chi. I've taken it. We say, oh, mommy, you have changed. I've taken it. You keep evolving. I say, okay, it's fine. You keep evolving. I have become mature just to, taking your surprise every day.
You don't evolve around. You don't revolve to
at a point. Now
to take the level of stupidity.
Second doubt myself. Am I not worthy enough? Why can I not be loved like I deserve? Why can I not have this? Why can I not have that? How can I not? And just the next thing, you hear me talking to myself.
So let's do this. You don't lose yourself for a we. You don't lose yourself for a we. You ought to have yourself for the we. The we doesn't mean you ought to lose yourself. You've evolved, you've matured. But if the other person continually keeps doing the same thing over and over and over, and these are things you can't deal with, you don't sit there. Evolve to move.
Remember that what we are discussing is love beyond. It's love beyond
the
container. So
you evolve to move, because evolvement, change, growth doesn't always mean stagnance. Growth doesn't mean stand still. Growth is a move. And so if you are growing, changing, having more room to adapt, and the other person that has the hips, the other person that is speaking in tongues, the other person that is the prophet, the other person that is the pastor, the other person that is the politician, the other person that is, quote unquote, everything that you wish you would, you continually have.
The pilot.
Pilot is still a pilot with a nuisance content. You move. Don't get stuck with the containers.
So
Let's
then,
talk about,
sorry.
Go,
so then,
go for it.
When you talk about move, then the love beyond becomes loving yourself.
Beyond too.
Beyond.
Beyond. You see, love yourself beyond your own understanding. Love yourself for real. Because if all the profile is that I don't want to be left alone, because nobody in my home has ever married a pilot, and you are being beaten every day, and you can't move beyond the pilot. You have a problem.
But here, what do you move beyond? It's like nobody. It's like you've made history. Nobody in my home has ever married a pilot.
So you've married one.
Therefore, you've married one. You've made history.
Yes.
By keeping the history.
Oh. By keeping the history of being there for you to be abused. Move beyond the pilot. The same way you attracted the pilot.
I like the you attracted another pilot.
pilot.
I like the part where you say loving yourself.
Yes.
I think it's more hammering on the loving yourself, because if you love yourself, then
you
your well-being will also come
very
into
important.
what we're
You
talking
get
about.
to love beyond. Don't love yourself based on, okay, so people's value for themselves, their love is because I went to Legon, I went to Kia University, and I was once upon a time, I was a beauty queen. And those are the things that make you love yourself. You've lost it. Look, I ain't no graduate, I ain't no billionaire's girlfriend, I ain't no whatever, but whatever I am right now, I love myself. Why? Because every day I am becoming something beautiful. We all can't be on the stage. We all can't be in the limelight. We all can't be president at the same time. But just so you know, you could be a mother of a president someday. So why are you not loving yourself? Why are you not loving that you are a hairstylist and that is what you have, and you place value on what you do and you love yourself for it? So you don't let people tell you, say, nah, hey, hairstylist is there. Nanka, if you get somebody who has gone to school, Nanka, it will complement. So if you don't get somebody who has gone to school, it doesn't complement, you don't like who you are. Sister.
Tell me, earlier on, Kwesi said that let's do the he and let's do the she. Are there not two different things that, both sexes look out for in the other partner? Because from what I hear, you can correct me, the things men look out for in a woman is completely different. Yeah. You know, I mean, for them, they work. The eye, they work.
It's beyond that. When they are boys, it's like that. When they become men, we move beyond that.
Wait, hold on. Look at that. It's
way beyond that.
And then with women,
media container,
and then women, dear, very few normal six-pack at the worry. I mean, we
look into the pocket.
Are you going to be able to, but from what I hear, the men, say no pa, it be they go for. So in the end, if he settles for the one without breast, then you see that he's still every day looking for the one with breast.
It's the reason why I said from the beginning that it's difficult to have a content in a container you don't like. That is actually a ticket to say they are cheating. Because at the end of the day, obedience and not respect and cooking, it is not in a container that has Bobby. It's when you see the Bobby somewhere and at night the devil is go and take. But my point is that, you see, let's beyond the physique, looking beyond also means that we should be ready to journey to improve with the person. You won't get a total package, I'm yet to see, to have the physique, attitude and everything in one. You wouldn't get it. No, that's not possible. You are going to get something lacking somewhere. But are they the basic things that you can roll life with?
Or improve upon as you journey along the road to success.
Exactly.
Right.
If not, then you don't take that tangent at all. Because what Bobby can do, it has a limitation. Bobby will play, Fofo will play a role at some section. But it gets to a point that we need a representation of the family. We need an icon for the children. And Fofo doesn't play that icon at that time. It will get to a time that business will go bad, and we need somebody to be your motivational speaker. We need somebody to be your prayer partner. We need somebody to hold your leg and say that, look, we'll go through this together. At that point, Fofo might not play a role. And so we have different things that we look for. Containers, let's go for it. Me, I know the challenge in it. Like, Charlie, that guy, I have this very great friend of mine that is super intelligent. Like, I die for intelligence, man. Very intelligent, very prayerful, but he's light skin.
You don't like light skin?
No.
You saw your dark. Dark chocolate.
So it's you know, I could see that, wow, if only I can change the color.
Okay.
But you see, I'm being honest, my challenge is that, yo, you are light skin. I don't like light skin. The content is Charlie, pressure. He hasn't even said anything. Now, if you're on a regular cry, when he goes to church, the pictures, people are posting.
Everybody is around him. You don't want trouble.
I don't like sharing like that in that level.
Why are you
Wrong container.
Dark and lovely.
Dark and lovely. Tall chocolate.
Of course. You know, Beauty and the Beastie Biana. So at the end of the day, you know, I like the content.
Now the way she's dressed, we should have known. We should have known.
I like the content, but I have a challenge with the container, so I know where to place that person. Regardless, some people can overlook the container and say, I'm okay, let's just go. We've changed principle. We are okay with it. Some people can do that. There are people too that cannot do that. But I can't tell him to be dark. Do you understand? There's nothing we can do about it. There are some situations that we can outlook. There are people who naturally will like women who are very tiny. Yes. But they ended up marrying people who are quite huge, not tiny. Because what they were looking for, what can drive them in life the next level, they didn't find it in the tiny one. They find it in the homely, not slay, you know, very different from what, and sometimes it amazes their male friends.
At other times, there's a reason why we're going for the differences in partners, because they complement you.
They complement you. Yes. And that person they have a solution to some problem you are dealing with. In how do you call it? In marketing, in leadership, they'll say, staff your weakness. Yes. Yes. You know, the person complements your weakness. So nobody sees that you are weak at some place, because the person, and that is a key for somebody to drive into marriage. That is what somebody needs to move to the next level. So it goes beyond physique, it goes beyond the gift, it goes beyond any other. There are other days too. God bless you. You have people who have the physique and have a portion of what you are looking for in content. And sister, it's a jackpot. Good. You've taken it. You are good with it. You don't want to change. Okay. That is what you want. But if you don't get it, and all you want to settle for is the container, then you're going to have a problem.
It's going to be a problem. Please, is that light-skinned man still around?
Very around.
Let's consider him.
Should I put him on?
We know we can't make him dark, but let's consider him. But anyway, it's a good conversation about, you know, looking beyond the container.
And I had two great men of God say the same thing. Reverend Eastwood Anaba says that don't marry a Christian, marry a husband. The same principle. Because at the end of the day, you think that he goes to church, he's a church boy and all of that, and could not be a good husband. He might be playing church instruments and singing in church, but it's not a husband.
He's not a husband material.
So, exactly. So he said, don't marry a Christian, marry a husband. And I had Prophet Nana also says that look beyond. Don't marry the gifts. It's the same thing. Because for you, when I go to church, and I also for and a coach, and if you hear him praying, that is what you are seeing. That is the gift. Beyond it could be somebody who disrespects women. Beyond it could be somebody who has no moral. Beyond it could be somebody who snores. If you can deal with it. Beyond it could be somebody who presses toothpaste from the middle. Those who are looking for toothpaste from the bottom. Beyond it could be something you don't like.
You don't like. Yes, it all boils down to what you don't like. It all boils down.
So the same content those great men talk about. Look beyond what everybody see. Again, for you to find beyond it, what are you looking for? Who are you? Where are you going? What's the purpose? What do you think you need to get to
where you're going to go? Well said.
Well said.
Well said.
So this one, like Gamble can be so away, but CCR, you've said it all. Look beyond it.
Thank you so very much. It's been a lovely morning hanging out with you.
Yeah, and I want to say finally before I go that tonight on my Facebook page, I'm starting my pajamas.
Okay.
So pajamas is a late night show on my Facebook page. We want to talk about things that we can't talk during the day.
All right.
At night, not necessarily go and wear pajamas. We just call it pajamas. Okay. And it is a show without walls. You're just an internet away from me. We are starting 12 midnight because
12 midnight.
Yes, 12
midnight.
Oh,
okay.
Hey, you don't have day.
You see, baby,
midnight to what time?
Oh, until we are tired.
All right.
You are free to ask questions. You are free to, send in your posts, just like my page, De Lady Rev, on Facebook.
De Lady Rev.
Okay, I think we have some few messages that.
Yes, a few messages, and then we should be, saying goodbye to our viewers. Good morning. When will you guys invite Black Sharif to your show? He will come soon. All right. The best word to fight with as woman is equity and not equality. We are already living in a world of equals. But in the years past, women suffered relegation, and they should fight for equity to bring them to the heights they want. Oh, words of wisdom. Okay. I really love the help. I really love to help people, but in the end, they treat me very bad. Oh, sorry. Good morning, lovely people on Max TV. Please help me wish my little prince, Seraph Asriel Lionel Ni Azrael. Okay, so it's Seraph Azrael Lionel Ni Latte. Okay. A happy birthday for me. That God bless him. And also, Mommy loves him so much. This is from Gifty Christberg. Okay, inside Abokobi. Well, happy birthday to you, our beautiful, beautiful son. Your name is, yeah, it's exceptional. I cannot really mention it. Okay, let's go for more messages. Oh, just a moment, please. Today's one. Oh, wow. Okay, where should I go? Where should I start from? Okay. I'll say hi, Alex and Cassandra. I'm Mensa Amos. I really like the show and Alex's outfit. Okay. Good morning, please. I wish my daughter Janelle Irama Achedze Ganza from her Mrs. Emilia Ganza. Okay, that's her mom, and his dad, Pastor Jerry Ganza, okay, from Solid Rock Chapel, and also from her siblings, Jerry, Gerald, and Auntie Rose. We love her so much. Okay, happy birthday to you, Janelle. Good morning. God bless you all for making us smile today. Thank you. God bless you too for watching. Good morning. I'm Jonathan from Skin Gourmet. Cassandra and Alex, you're looking gorgeous this morning. Help me to wish my little girl happy birthday, Janelle Irama Ganza. I love her so much. Janelle, another one for you. Okay. This lady is talking sense. I'm Charlotte from Labadi. I'm sure they're talking about Lady Rev. Good morning. I'm interested in the conversation, though I just tuned into Max TV. Please, what are you saying in total? What you're saying is totally true. We got married 4 years ago. He has 3 and 1. Okay, 3 children. Okay, he has 3 children. Also have he has 1. Okay. Have 3 children, but even his own children can't discuss anything with him. Okay, I saw it and told him, but he got annoyed. The most annoying part is that he is a womanizer. So I told the children that if I had known, like, I will not allow him to marry me. Okay. Whenever you talk to him, then he is annoyed. Okay, and I'm sure that's for Lady Rev. The last one also said, please, can you always keep bringing this Lady Rev to your show? I love her. Of course, we'll be bringing her.
The container had cash. The container had cash. Now that we've gotten home, it's the content and no pressure.
What if the container had a nose? A nice nose that they
This one there is cash. This one there is serious cash.
All right. Lady Rev, thank you so much for coming. So you said 12 midnight
12 midnight tonight. We are lunching pajamas. You know, let's just get midnight. Let's have conversation.
Yeah, sorry, 3:30 to me enjoy. Lady Rev, for 10 p.m.
People are saying that for the kind of conversation, they might not have data until midnight data, so we will use it.
Anyway.
But we'll repeat it.
Okay.
We'll find another day for a repeat.
All right. That said, this will be where we say goodbye to you. But you know, Max TV has a lot in store for you. So all you have to do is to keep your TV channel right here on Max TV. My name is Alex Crassie. I hope we've served you this morning. Thank you so much, Cassandra. What's up?
Break the bias, go there and win. It will be said.
Break the bias. Break the bias. Break the bias. Sister love, yeah?
Say equity. You see equity. You can say equity, not equality. I'm really going to think about that, but yeah.
The women were no more.
Alex,
what was the word?